Jaire Alexander was just released by the Green Bay Packers, and some news out of mandatory OTAs just got your boy hype. We're going to talk about all that and more. Keep it locked.
You didn't want to give us nothing, so therefore we got to go take it. I don't need to say no more. Give me my darn theme music.
I'm starving, dog. I'm starving. That shit on the side of the stadium, that shit lit me up, boy. I'm starving, dog. I'm talking about, I remember when I was in Tennessee, I wanted that. I wanted my face on the side of the stadium. Nah, it's here. What you gonna do? Turn up.
Welcome to the DY Prods channel. I am your guy, DY Fly. What it do? Now, if you watched my last video, first of all, thank you. Again, hit the like button. It's me versus the algorithm. If you watched my last video, you saw that I said that the morale of this team is super high and the confidence is through the roof. Right? Then we get news that Nick Sirianni came out and said not a single soul was missing in OTAs.
Simple Simon ass motherfuckers.
Wrong button. But everybody was present during OTAs, mandatory OTAs. All right. This is why I say, just stick with me, subscribe, and you will get tomorrow's news today. But listen, this is why I'm super high on this team. We're going to repeat, okay? We're going to repeat. But this team has their eye on the prize. They see the vision.
But you got to have vision.
That's right. Right now it's just like if you ever watch Game of Thrones, right? And before any time they go to war, they're just sharpening their tools, right? Just sharpening their tools, just loading up on ammo. They already know how to fight. They already know how to play the game, but they're just honing their craft. And then once it's game time, we busting people's heads open. Right? So I'm super excited. Everything is going according to plan. But one thing I want to correct on my last video pertaining to I don't think I properly explained myself by saying that we don't need anybody for this team. Okay. I just want to explain myself on this. When I said that, I do believe if we go into the season as is right now, as currently constructed, I would be okay with it. But, okay, but it's just right now, it's just like if you go to Cold Stone, right? And you get the Sunday, birthday cake remix, of course. You get the Sunday and you start adding toppings, you get the sprinkles, you get the little whipped cream, you get a couple chocolate shavings, right? And then when you about to go to pay, they ask you if you want a cherry on top. It's like, yeah, nigga, of course I want the cherry on top. The team is the Sunday. Jaire Alexander is the cherry. And we're going to talk about that right now. Now, Jaire Alexander has some question marks with him coming in. All right? We got to address it. Now, is he a good player? Yes, he is a great player. That's when he plays. And that is the issue. Is that when he plays, he look, man, he's a great player, but I don't mind taking on an injury-prone player, but he's missed a lot of time, yo. He's missed a lot of time. And if we just take a look at it real quick, all right, since 2021, you take a look here, he has played 4 games. He played 4 games in 2021, all right? Next year in 22, he played 16 games. He was a Pro Bowler and second team All-Pro. So when he plays, very good. All right. In 2023 and 24, in both years, he played 7 games respectively in each year. All right. He's missed a whole lot of games. A whole lot of games. And I can get with bringing him in and then we just use him for 1 year, of course, but we bring him in and he is now competition for Kelee Ringo. All right. I'm good with going in with Kelee Ringo, but if we're going to bring in Jaire Alexander, then I think that'll just raise the competition within the cornerback room. But more importantly, I would be good with bringing him in because of depth. Okay. We are kind of thin at the cornerback, outside cornerback position. We have Quinyon, then we got Kelee Ringo, Eli Ricks. You know, we ain't putting too many eggs in that basket. You know, we drafted Mac McWilliams, which I think he's going to be the backup slot to Cooper DeJean. And then Vic is talking about moving the Kingslayer Cooper DeJean.
Kingslayer!
The Kingslayer!
To different positions, right? He's talking about moving him to different positions, the safety, nickel, outside corner. So I think we should bring in another corner, whether it is Jaire Alexander or a Jalen Ramsey. Now, I am not against bringing in Jalen Ramsey per se, okay? And before we get to that, hold up. Let's just take a look at the potential landing spots for Jaire Alexander, right? We see the Dallas Cowboys are in contention. Miami Dolphins, you know, Jalen Ramsey, he has to be released or traded or whatever. So they want to replace him. My Minnesota Vikings, their team is loaded, so they're trying to make a run while J.J. McCarthy's on his rookie deal. Of course, us and the Baltimore Ravens, they're loaded. They're trying to make a Super Bowl run as well. So those are the teams that are looking to bring in Jaire Alexander and his services. But back to Jalen Ramsey, I'm not against bringing him in per se, okay? I'm not against bringing in Jalen Ramsey per se. The player, I want the player on the team. That's not the issue. The personality, I don't want to mess with the chemistry of this team, man. And I don't know if he meshes with the team that we have right now. Is he going to mess it up? Is he going to mess up the chemistry? I don't know. I think he fits what we want to do defensively. It would only be for a year. So could we get through the year and he just plays his part? He ain't got to be friends and buddy with everybody, but can he just play his part? Possibly. But I would be cool with it if Vic Fangio and him, they patch up their little thing, because Jalen Ramsey, he was one of the ringleaders of talking smack about Vic while he was while he was leaving Miami. So he, you know, if they patch it up and Vic says, Howie, bring him in, then all systems go. Right? So I would be good with that, but the personality and Jalen Ramsey, I don't know. And then you got Asante Samuel Jr. He's a decent player, but apparently he's not that physical and he doesn't like to tackle. Everybody on our squad, they can make a play. They fly to the ball, they make a tackle, they make a play. So I don't know if he's going to fit, and I think he gets a little bit more pub off of his name than his game. So, you know, nepotism, whatever. Speaking of the cornerback 2 position, this is what Elliott Shore-Parks had to say about the competition. Let's hear what he has to say.
What's going on, everybody? Practice just wrapped up here at the NovaCare Complex, and I think one of the best players out on the field today was Kelee Ringo. Kelee obviously competing for a job for that starting corner spot opposite Quinyon, and he had some really nice plays today. He had a touchdown breakup in the back corner of the end zone on a nice throw. Got up, met the ball at the high point, and knocked it away. But the best play he might have had was when he didn't even get targeted. Brown and him were matched up one-on-one. When the ball was snapped, it looked to me like Jalen looked over to AJ. He wanted to go single coverage to AJ, and he looked away from it because Keeley was right there with him stride for stride down the field. And there's a lot of interesting components to this cornerback position. But one thing Adoree Jackson doesn't have, any cornerback they bring in doesn't have, is Keeley's size and Keeley's speed. I mean, he is bigger and faster than every other cornerback they have on the roster. So long 6 weeks until training camp, but on the last day where he needed to impress coaches, Kelee Ringo had a really, really good practice.
There you go. So it seems like Keely's making strides. I like to hear that. And hopefully, he just cleans up his technique. Now that brings me to Howie Roseman.
Who put this thing together? Me. That's who.
That's right. I mean, I just imagine him having a whiteboard or a spreadsheet, whatever, of all the teams in the NFL and the players that may or may not be released in the upcoming weeks. First of all, I think we're going to make another signing. I think we're going to bring somebody in, but I think he is just waiting for that right fit, the right person, the right player to be released or be disgruntled, and then he pounces and he makes the call and makes a trade. Now, whether it's Jaire Alexander, we will know. If that's who Howie had his eye on, and he makes that signing, then yeah, we will know that it was Jaire that he had his eye on. Personally, I hope that he adds somebody to the secondary. I feel like that's where we're weakest, either cornerback 2 or even the safety. But I think Howie's just playing the waiting game, and we'll see who he signs in the near future. But in other news, shout out to the Bengals for standing on business. They said they're not paying anybody not named Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, or T. Higgins. They told everybody,
Shut the fuck up!
Simple Simon-ass motherfuckers.
Right? Apparently, they're trying to use language in the contract which gives him a no default clause that can void his future guaranteed money. That's nasty work.
Crazy work.
And crazy work.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't want to pay Trey Hendrickson either. So, it is what it is. But I can hear the excuses now about how Joe Burrow doesn't have any help and why he missed the playoffs for a third straight year and why he's not getting it done. There'll be all sorts of excuses for this guy, and they'll have this guy ranked above our very own Jalen Hitman Hurts. But we cannot get suckered into these petty arguments, which brings me to Nick Wright and Chris Sims and his top 10 quarterback rankings for 2025. First of all, Nick Wright, thank you. Okay? But guess what? It's too little too late. We don't care about these rankings anymore. You know why? Because our guy, Jalen Hitman Hurts, we've already proved the biggest point of all by bringing home a Lombardi. A parade down Broad Street. 2 milli deep. And we're about to do it again. All right? This is something Justin Herbert will never do. This is something Josh Allen will never do. Jaden Daniels will never do. None of these dudes. Joe Burrow definitely ain't doing it. Maybe Lamar Jackson, which I'm going to make this proclamation right now. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, we are going to meet them in the Super Bowl in 2025, all right? Yes. Eagles, Ravens, Super Bowl. We will play each other and we will get our back-to-back rings. And this is why I'm so confident. The league will destroy that stadium before they let Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl. I promise you. They will destroy that stadium before they let Lamar Jackson become the league MVP or the Super Bowl MVP. I promise you. How they treat that game, they're going to treat us how the Chiefs have been treated in the past couple years. They're going to treat us with white gloves. We're getting all the flags. It's going to be real cheap. I promise you. It's going to be real cheap. This is tomorrow's news today, okay? I'm just letting you know. But we're not going back and forth with these petty arguments about where Jalen Hurts is ranked. They got him ranked 10th. Who cares? Who cares? He's top 2 and he ain't 2. All right? You know why? Because we stopped a 3-peat. He went to the king, chopped his head off, took his crown, and said, I run this now. Patty is no more. His aura is gone. It's all Jalen Hurts now. Jalen Hitman Hurts.
The excellence of execution.
What?
This is what greatness looks like.
He's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. All right. In other news, Terry McClaurin is disgruntled and he is not reporting to mandatory minicamp. Oh, yeah. This is the stuff that we don't have to deal with as Eagles fans. We are blessed. We are too blessed to be stressed. We have taken care of all of our players. We're going to take care of all of our players. But we have one thing in mind, and that is winning a championship in 2025. The Redskins, they can't even focus on that. Their superstar, or I'll just say their star wide receiver, he just wants his money, and they're not trying to pay him. He's 30 years old. He wants 27-year-old money. There's dilemmas. I mean, but it's not our problem. We're just happy to see it. And plus, they're dealing with this in the middle of Mr. Poised, JD5, Jaden Daniels. He's in the middle of his rookie contract. This is when you're supposed to go all in. When you find the quarterback of your future, everything is supposed to be all systems go. Just load up the roster while the quarterback is cheap and they don't know how to function. They don't know how to, do it like Howie. Shout out to Howie. Where's the button?
I built this.
Hold up.
Who put this thing together? Me. That's who.
That's right. And they were lucky to get as far as they did last year. Squeaking by game, and they're going to have a rude awakening this season. But last but not least, Jalen Hitman Hurts won the Sportsman of the Year at the BET Awards. Just more hardware for the mantle. It's cool. It's cool. I mean, some quarterbacks, some fans can't be happy about their quarterback just having success on and off the field. We want it all. So Jalen Hurts just living his life and, just getting everything that's owed to him. So that's all I got. Like I said, hit the like button. It's me versus the algorithm. And you know the deal.
Nigga, you gonna get down or you gonna fucking lay down?